You're listening to Business Podcasting Made Easy, the TV talk show formula, where you get a roadmap to elevate your authority and expand your visibility with a TV talk show that you're proud of. And you're listening on the IBGR Radio Network. This is episode 42. We're talking about building your dream guest list, identifying and inviting key contributors to your podcast. Welcome to the show. I'm Donna Kunde, co-founder of the IBGR Network, global radio authority and podcast expert, and producer of more than 14,000 podcasts.
And I'm Declan Oceguera, TV producer and international TV talk show host. My TV talk show formula has impacted over 100,000 lives globally and gives business owners and entrepreneurs a simple way to be seen and heard with their own purpose-driven message. And we're your hosts for this 13-week journey. Remember, you can easily follow the plan at tvtalkshowformula.com. And if you want direct live support from us, you can reach out to us at tvtalkshowformula.info. And it's time for our quote. I'm gonna let you do this one.
Thanks. This one is by Edmund Lee. And Edmund says, surround yourself with the dreamers and the doers, the believers and the thinkers, but most of all, surround yourself with those who see greatness within you. What a great quote to set up, though, inviting people you want on your show. Unless you're like, who was that? Like Rush Limbaugh? Was he one of the ones that would want to get those heated arguments? I know there was some people.
Yes, definitely one of them. Yes.
We're talking kinder and gentler here with
yes,
this.
Yes. That might be your shtick, but that's not the route we're taking here.
Kinder, gentler. Do you know we only have 10 episodes left?
I know. I was thinking about that earlier.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost done. It's almost done.
But we're exciting. Not ending. We're gonna keep going with it in a TV talk show next season. Don't go anywhere.
Yes. Put it into action. We're gonna practice what we're preaching here, so you'll see that in action.
Yep. So we want you to become a person worth watching by selecting and inviting guests that are aligned with your show and will contribute to your overarching message. Maybe it's not kinder, gentler. I like kinder, gentler. But like you say, Declan, if your shtick is to get people thinking and taking a side, then go for it.
Yeah. I mean, it's a path, right? And it can be very popular for sure, as we've seen with many types of hosts who take that route. So we're not judging. There's different ways, and it just really goes to what is your show about? What is the theme? All these things we've been sharing with you already. Your angle is your angle, and everything's allowed, right? There's a market for everyone. You just got to make sure that what you're wanting to talk about, that you've identified the right target market for that, so that those people are attracted to you. And when it comes to guests on your show, in any scenario, whatever format you're going to use, you do want to make sure that the people that you're inviting are aligned with the theme, with the purpose, the mission, the vision that you have for your show. And that it builds or accrues to or contributes to your overarching message that you're putting out into the world, right?
Yep. And you also want to consider guests who are going to share you with their network. Open doors, right? Win-win. Yeah.
100%. And that's part of the whole reason we're talking about the TV talk show as an interview format, is that you're expanding your professional network when you have a guest on your show, right? Your network is your network, and no matter how large it is, there's some cap to it currently, and we grow them over time. But when you bring a guest on who has their own distinct network, there may be very little overlap, but that guest, and therefore its community, his community, her community, their community gets exposed to you, and now some of those people start to come over, right? And we actually got to see that happening at the event that we did over the weekend, right?
Podcast and book roadmap. Yep. It was neat to see the nice mix of authors and podcasters and TV talk show people, and Yeah, it was very good. Very good. Yeah, so consider the guests, make sure they're a right fit to match your TV talk show brand. Consider who they're going to share you with. And then remember your dream team, your dream guest list from episode 28. Time to pull that out again. Time to pull that out again.
I think too, just go back, it's only 13 minutes, right? Go back and listen to episode 20.
Yeah.
To spark, to refresh your memory, right? Because there's been a lot of episodes. Go back, listen to it, and if you didn't already do the assignment or the action step from that episode, this is a really good time to do it.
Episode 28. Yeah, well, and let's be honest. For the longest time, I would get to it. That's what I would tell myself. I would get to it. I just was so hungry to learn and to get to the next one that I would never get to it. And so if there's any of the episode assignments or action steps for anything up until now, it's a good time to go back and review, because we're getting ready to put you on the air.
Exactly. I was just gonna say, because it's showtime, baby. we're there.
Yep. And as always, subscribe to tvtalkshowformula.com. We said there's 10 episodes left of this season, but there's another season coming. So tvtalkshowformula.com. And if you ever want support from us for your TV talk show, then contact us at tvtalkshowformula.info.
Yes.
Declan.
Standing by. Yes.
What do we want them to do?
Okay. So at this point, you have your TV talk show launch date, right? And from the previous episode, you have your booking strategy in place, right? So you have those foundational pieces. So this is the first thing, right? If you don't have your launch date or your booking strategy in place, this is the time to do that. The second thing is begin inviting guests to appear on your TV talk show. So this is why we had you do that dream list. But of course, if Oprah is at the top of your list, which could be, right? For many people, she is, keep her there. However, there's going to be lots of other people that are going to be perhaps, we don't know who you are. Maybe she's accessible, but for a lot of people, maybe she's not. So you want to have people on your list who are accessible that you can start inviting now. And so this is what you're now doing, is you're starting to invite guests to appear on your TV talk show. And you'll need to choose the roadmap structure that you want to follow for your season, which we've spoken about in previous episodes too, and book your guests accordingly. So by that, just to remind you, you may have specific topics already planned out for your show, right? And of course you have an overarching theme, but you may have decided on specific topics for the season, and then you would pick your guests who match that. And that's what we mean by the roadmap, or you may be choosing to go about it in a different way, right? I know I've done shows where every week I'm the guest I have on actually dictates the theme, but it still fits into my overarching, message for that particular show. Yeah. So you got to know that now.
And you were talking about a host that that broadcast and was able to get to some of those dream team people strategically, just like little stepping stones. If I go to this person who I could have an easier time saying yes to come onto my show, that could lead me to a warm introduction to this person, to this person, to this person. So you can actually map out a strategy to get to Oprah.
100%. So my friend Sherry Elise, America's Joy Magnet, she just had Neil Donald Walsh on her show, which is a huge name in the world of like spiritual book publishing and content, a huge name. She also had Joe Vitale, who's another huge name, right? And some other people. And it really happens through networking. And you never know who knows who you want to have on your show. And so you're very close to more people than you probably think. So don't take those big names off your list, because, well, we already know you're an expert and you already know that you're worthy. So take those things out of your thinking space and just know that because of who you are and what you do, the guests that you want can and will appear.
Yep. And we've said that before, that it's becoming, you're becoming the person who can host or who will host the members of your dream team. You're becoming every day that person.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
What's the action we want them to take?
Okay. We are inviting you to you're going to follow, well, you're going to create this plan that we're talking about here, right? And you're also going to have a backup plan because sometimes you might over invite, right? Or multiple people say yes, who could be, you only need one for a particular episode, but three people who all could be equally amazing might all say yes to you. That happens, right? So you just want to think about how you might use all the yeses that you get, or the no's, right? So if you're banking on someone who just isn't available on your time span, you may have to change your process or what you think you're going to talk about next. So you want to have a backup plan. You want to be flexible in the process, and not get yourself stopped, because as we say, the show must go on, right? Once you start this, you want to keep going. And sometimes I will say this, things happen, and the guests that you were so excited to have on suddenly, that happened with Neil Donald Walsh, actually. Their initial date, he hurt his back, and
Oh no.
but she didn't say, well, that I blew my shot. Like, she got that rescheduled, and then and it happened, and it wasn't on her normal day, on her normal time, and not even in her normal production format, because he had his own requirements, and she wasn't going to let it go, right? So this is where the flexibility might come into.
I love that. I love that. Staying flexible, but having a plan, right?
Yeah.
So start with a plan, and then if it goes off course, it's just like the GPS. If you make a wrong turn, it says rerouting. You're still going to end up in the destination, even though you might get there in a different way. So
Yes.
we're gonna have to wrap it up there. This episode, Business Podcasting Made Easy, the TV talk show formula, episode 42, building your dream guest list, identifying and inviting key contributors to your podcast. You're listening on the IBGR Network. I'm Donna Kunde.
I'm Declan Oceguera. We'll be back after a short break, and thanks for listening.